Good evening. I'm Pedro Hazel Jr.
I'm Steve Ferguson.
Welcome to the PedroFergie Sportscorner. Tonight we'll be discussing the Mets and Jets and Knicks and more. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. The internet address is youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner. That's all one word. Again, it's youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner. All one word. The Jets improved to 3-9 last Sunday as they defeat the Atlanta Falcons 27-24 at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. They host the Miami Dolphins at MetLife tomorrow afternoon. For Sunday's game, Tyrod Taylor was 19 for 33 with 172 yards passing with one touchdown and no interceptions. Great for the Jets. By the way, the Jets have a number of things to deal with. Now,
They do.
I mean, they've won their third game in the last 4 or 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, they're kind of on a roll.
As strange as that sounds, and for those of us who are Jet fans, as you and I are, this is a very interesting stretch we're dealing with. There are a lot of questions that the Jets seem to be starting to answer about what they have talent-wise. First of all, my question to you, Pedro, is why wasn't Tyrod Taylor in week 6 or 7 when they were not out of it yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's just strange. I guess he's still. I guess that Aaron Glenn is still, I guess, figuring out his quarterback, and being also new and not having a lot of experience.
Yeah.
That could possibly it. It's like, they should have replaced the quarterback after like week 6 when they were going nowhere.
Right. I think a lot of things have happened as a result of what's going on. I think Aaron Glenn proved to be a more than fair coach to let Justin Fields play as long as he did. Mm-hmm. Justin Fields was having a horrible year, to put it nicely. Mm-hmm. He is, as I've said to you on the air, he is one of the slowest quarterbacks getting rid of the ball. It takes him 3.7 seconds each time to throw the ball. That's horrible for an NFL quarterback. You have to be able to throw the ball away when trouble is coming, when your receivers are covered. Beside running, you've got to be able to do that, and that's something he really has struggled with. I think the other issue with Tyrod Taylor, and it's a sad recognition of his career, Tyrod Taylor has been a borderline very good NFL quarterback. The problem for him has been injuries. Mm-hmm. This man has been injured so much in his career. He was the quarterback with the Bills before Josh Allen arrived. He's been with other teams. He's been injured just
with the Giants.
With the Giants, yep.
A few years ago.
And every team he's been with, he's dealt with injury. But what that means is this could be the first time at age 33 that he is getting a chance to start. I think, in all fairness to him, I think Aaron Glenn probably opted to go the safe route, figured veteran quarterback, he's used to that role, let him stay in that role. We'll try to develop Justin Fields. Mm-hmm. However, now that he has seen Justin Fields, 7-8 weeks of misery for every Jet fan on the planet, he now knows, as we do, that was the wrong way to go.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor has been one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL for years. But I've always said, when is somebody going to give this guy a chance to start more than 1 or 2 games?
And then not get injured.
Right.
That's the problem with him, his career. Again, it's been injuries, so he's never been given a real chance because of the injuries.
And the ironic thing is that while the Jets are seriously considering a quarterback in the draft, the question that I heard recently, and it's one we should ask, could Tyrod Taylor be the starter next year? And then they can develop a young quarterback that may take 2 or 3 years to develop. Mm-hmm. And could the Jets get a veteran quarterback to back up Tyrod Taylor? Mm-hmm. I would opt to go that route if I'm.
I would think so too.
Because I've seen enough of him now that I'm convinced that he deserves every chance to start next year.
I agree. I think they should draft a quarterback. Now the only problem is, as the Jets improve their record, their chances of getting a quality quarterback is going to be lower and lower.
this is how there's a way around this, and it happened years ago with Patrick Mahomes. Now, you have to be a really smart coach or GM to do it. But what they did with Patrick Mahomes, he was actually 10 spots below where he was originally drafted.
Interesting.
Andy Reid, who I believe is the offensive guru coach of the NFL, drafted him 10 picks down. They went up to get this guy. They traded with the team. I don't remember which team, but the team that had drafted Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City, traded up for this guy. Now, at that time, they had Alex Smith, who I would say was also very unfortunate in most of his career with injuries. But at the time, he was a good quarterback for Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes became his backup. The next year, Patrick Mahomes took the job, and Smith was gone. Now, I think in a similar scenario, you have to have enough nerve to do this.
Yes,
but
you do.
I think the Jets need to think seriously about doing it.
Think out of the box.
Right. Now, there are good quarterbacks in this draft, and there's supposedly better ones the following year. Now, what I would do personally if I'm the Jets, I'm going to try to find a team that has the quarterback that I'm interested in, whether he's the first pick, second, third, fourth, whatever. And I will say to them, I will trade up with you to get this guy. It will be tough to do it because some teams will refuse to do it. Some teams need a quarterback as badly as the Jets.
And then, too, they want, like, real quality draft picks, and you don't want to give them up either.
Right. And especially after they've already gone after a couple in trades this year, which I will tell you, Darren Muji, our GM, actually did something very intelligent for the first time in God knows how many years. We traded in the middle of the season. Yeah, we gave up Sauce Gardner, an incredible defensive player, but not quite as good as we thought when he came into the league in the first year. We gave up Quinnen Williams, who's an excellent defensive back who plays for Dallas, but we got back assets. We got back a guy from the team, it's the Colts. We got this guy, I believe his name is Adonai Wilson from the Colts in exchange for Sauce Gardner. He, right now, based on what we've been seeing, might be the Jets' number 2 receiver next year. That's important because the Jets have been lacking that for years.
Tell me about it.
We had one guy who did that job for us who was with Aaron Rodgers the year before. Veteran guy who plays now for the Rams. But we have been lacking a number 2 receiver for years consistently. This guy might be the answer. The third guy that they drafted last year, he had some issues with Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn benched him, but that's a guy, I believe his name is Arian Smith. He's blazing fast. He was the 3rd pick for the Jets. And if he gets his game together, the Jets may actually have a receiving core coming this year.
Interesting.
Before they get into the draft. So this is a sign of improvement.
Yeah.
And I believe the Jets are finally going to figure this out.
Interesting. The Jets are going to figure this out. They have a history of screwing everything up.
They certainly do. But I maybe that's me, and I'm Mr. Optimist on a lot of things, including my Mets, which we'll talk about. But I think this Muji guy, Darren Muji, is on the right track. They have to have a great draft, number 1, and they need a veteran backup quarterback to the guy who's playing now, Tyrod Taylor. But I'm okay with them doing that. That's what the Giants have that the Jets don't. They have a guy who is the backup to Jackson Dart, and that's Jameis Winston. We need someone like that behind this guy because he gets injured a lot.
Yeah.
But I want to see more experience at that position behind him. But I do think, I'll say this about the Jets, the defensive effort of this team has been much better over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yes, indeed.
They really are playing good defense despite the people that they traded. It looks like they're getting fired up and they're getting charged up to play. Maybe Aaron Glenn will be the right choice as coach, but I think time will tell. But the offseason for the Jets is huge.
It's
if
going to
they
be
do it
very
the right
busy.
way,
Yeah.
it's this team, I'll say it right now, and I know a lot of you will say, are you serious? I will tell you right now, in my opinion, if the Jets do it the right way in the offseason, you could be looking at a team that wins 7 games next year.
7 games is very reasonable.
Yes. I won't say 8 or 9 because that's playoff contender, but I will say they will get close next year.
Yeah.
Provided everybody plays well as they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get the right people backing up Tyrod Taylor and have a terrific draft. Let's not ignore talent.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not do what we did the last 2 years where we had the 2 top tight ends back-to-back years that I really thought the Jets were going to draft, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to draft talent and do it now while your team is starting to come up.
That's right.
So I say, let's go Jets. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Meanwhile, the Giants mercifully have a bye weekend. They fell to 2-11 as they got pasted in Foxborough by the New England Patriots 33-15 on Monday. They host the Washington Commanders a week from tomorrow, December 14th. What do you say about this team?
Well, that's my second favorite team in the NFL.
Yeah, I root for the Giants when the Jets are. When they play, except for the Jets, I root for the Giants.
Mm-hmm. I used to do that until they drafted Daniel Jones.
That's
when I said I'm done with the Giants.
Mm.
But I will tell you, my Commanders, and I say because that was my original team I followed in football before I became a Jet fan. Why? Because the Jets were terrible at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And as the Redskins, that was a very formidable team, late 70s, early 80s. But I'm going to tell you this about the Commanders. Last week's performance against the Denver Broncos was a shock to me. This team lost to them in overtime.
Yeah.
I don't remember the Commanders playing this well for weeks. This tells me how much pride they have because they're 3-9. There's nothing to play for.
Right.
Their quarterback, unfortunately, has been out for 6 of the last 8-9 weeks, which killed their season. But the pride that they play with is so much different than what I'm seeing from the Giants. I believe, as I'm talking about it now, the Commanders will come into the building that Sunday and they'll probably beat the Giants, not because they're that much better, but because they have the hunger to get it done. And that's what you need. When you've had a bad year, you need to see things about your team.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen a lot of character with this team. They lost another tough game, and I believe on the road. I think it was in London a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
This team has lost a lot of tough games, similar to the Giants, but there's a difference in the heart that they play with. And I have a feeling no matter what the Giants do next Sunday, they're going to lose to the Commanders.
You think they are?
I think so.
Well, you're not even saying, oh, they're very likely to. You're saying they're going to.
You know what?
You sound like a friend of ours.
Well, I thank you. I am a friend, and I'll tell you this. The point of the matter is, the reason I'm saying that about the Giants is because of all the injuries they have. They have lost everybody that matters to this team. They have lost Scatterbo. They have lost Tracy, the other wide running back. They lost their wide receiver in the second week of the season. Even Jackson Dart was hurt.
Yeah.
This team has been through hell and back. And they really, and I mean really, need a good head coach. And I've said to you, if Brian Flores is available from the Minnesota Vikings tomorrow, I'll get him.
Yep.
If Mike Tomlin, I know that's a big name. If the Steelers decide after all these years to let go of a man who got you into the playoffs almost every year and has never been under 500 once, if they have enough nerve to tell him to go, Mike Tomlin, I want you to take the job. I will tell everybody, never mind Brian Flores, you take the job. Because what this team needs, they need discipline, and they need to learn. You really think
Tomlin is going to take this, work with this crazy team?
I don't know. I mean, he's never been anywhere else.
He's never been on a losing team. I mean, like I said, he's never never had a losing season. Now he has to do this team. I don't know, man.
I don't know. There's something about Mike Tomlin. Like, as soon as he walks in the room, he gains your respect.
Oh, yes.
He's a tough dude.
Oh, yeah. Right. I will say that.
Around.
No way.
And I think he has a confidence in him that we haven't seen here at all.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason he's a great head coach. He puts fear into you. He scares you with those mean eyes and his tough voice, but I think this is what this team needs.
Yeah.
They need somebody to galvanize them and get them going, and he might be the guy who can do it. He's never had experience with a losing team, but if they get the right pieces around him in the draft.
Yeah, that's if they get the right
And that's
pieces.
if with this team, because we all know how bad they are with drafts. But if they get the right pieces in here with a guy who knows how to win games, maybe they start winning games.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, the Mets on Tuesday strengthened their bullpen while acquiring former Yankee Devin Williams for 3 years and $51 million. The logic here is he is to be the eighth inning pitcher to set up Edwin Diaz, whom the Mets are trying to keep. As I told a friend, hopefully Williams will be a complement setup instead of the one. Of course, there's talk of the Mets getting Corey Seager and Cody Bellinger, but let's start with Devin Williams.
Devin Williams is a very interesting choice for a lot of reasons. For those of you who don't know Devin Williams outside of the Yankees, I'll tell you a little bit about him. The year that Devin Williams had with Milwaukee before the Yankees acquired him, you can make the argument that only our closer Diaz was better than him. This guy had a phenomenal year with the Brewers. I understand it's Milwaukee, but if I remember correctly, his ERA that season was 1.2. This guy hardly gave up any hits. He's got a changeup that is phenomenal. It's called the air bender. Nobody throws it like him.
Air bender?
Yeah.
What is that?
It has a way of coming to the plate and then it just drops at the last minute. I saw one of them on the screen and I was watching about a week ago. It has the look of a strike, and you swear to God it's going to be. And the last minute, it either drops to the ground or slides off the plate.
Interesting.
And he throws a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That's pretty good. So arguably, he was the second best closer in the game. And yes, that's the key word. He was the closer for Milwaukee. That is until the Met that we would really like to get back beside Diaz, Pete Alonso, took him deep in a playoff game.
Yeah, 2024.
And you and I were there to see that.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting games I've ever seen in my life as a Met fan.
Yes, indeed.
Because this guy wasn't giving up to anybody that season. Now, here he is with the Mets. Yeah, he didn't have the year that he normally has. He had an up and down year with the Yankees. He started off poorly.
Yeah,
got really hot.
I was going to say that,
Yeah, between May and June, I think he was very hot. Got cold again in the middle of the season and came on toward the end and really was good for them in the playoffs. Now the question is he going to be the guy that closes for us? Or is this the beginning of what the Mets are doing in the relief role? That means you bring Edwin Diaz back, and I understand he wants a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
And I think the Mets either are going to have to pony it up or they're going to have to give him a 4-year deal and extend the contract. And the money.
Right.
Because this, and let me tell you this right now, David Stearns, this is the best closer in the game. It's not Devin Williams. It's our guy.
It's Diaz. Yeah.
We need to get this guy back.
Sign Diaz. Re-sign Diaz.
Now, if you re-sign him and you have Devin Williams, the New York Met bullpen could be the best bullpen in baseball because there's other rumors that there's another closer the Mets want. They are thinking about getting Pete Fairbanks from Tampa Bay. If the three of these guys wind up in our bullpen, we will undoubtedly, in my opinion, have the best bullpen in the game.
Yeah.
And there are rumors that there are some other players that the Mets are interested in. And you probably heard Cody Bellinger's name.
Yeah.
Now we have to take that seriously.
Yes.
Because we gave up Brandon Nimmo in the Marcus Semien deal. So we definitely need an outfielder.
Oh, yeah.
And here's another reason you try to sign him. If Pete Alonso walks.
God forbid.
God forbid it happens, but there are rumors it may. They are going to need somebody to play first base. Yeah. Which Bellinger does at a Gold Glove level. And Bellinger is a star at every position, all three outfield positions and first base. He's a star defender. Now, Corey Seager is a very interesting option. There's no question about his ability to hit. He was a great hitter when he played for the Dodgers. He won 2 MVPs with the Dodgers. He won another one with the Texas Rangers. This man has won 3 championships already.
Yeah.
And he's not even 35 yet. He is a superstar player. The only problem with Corey Seager is he gets injured a lot. But the question, if you're the New York Mets, is do you throw your chips in and say, let's go and get these guys? Because what the New York fan base like us want is a title. We have not won a championship in 40 years. Let's go. Mr. David Stearns, you better listen to what we're telling you, because those of us who show up for Met games are counting on you to do this. Or you will see a lot of us less at the ballpark starting next year.
Yeah, anyway, hope you're watching, David.
What do you think, Pedro, about the possibilities?
I think, hey, I agree with you totally. You know, they gotta keep Diaz. They gotta keep Pete Alonso.
Yep.
And they can get Bellinger. Don't just talk.
Get him.
Act.
Yep. Don't talk.
Don't do the, as they say, don't talk, walk the walk.
Yeah. Good line to remember.
Yes, indeed.
And they need starting pitching.
Oh, God, yes.
Now, the name we've been hearing a lot, and I like him as a pitcher, is Freddie Peralta. It was great with Milwaukee last year, 17-6 with an ERA under 3. He's everything you want for a star ace pitcher. Only thing he doesn't do is go a lot of innings. That's a little bit of a concern, but I think if the Met bullpen is organized as we're talking about, all they'll have to do is go 6 innings. Yeah. And then the bullpen can take over from there. He's a quality right-handed pitcher who is on his free agent year coming up. But here's the problem I have with him. David Stearns is trying to acquire every Milwaukee Brewer player who's available. God. And I'll tell you what, I don't like that. If you're going to acquire him and he's worth the money, then you better acquire Sandy Alcantara and you better get Michael King to go with it, or Ranger Suarez. Yeah. I don't want you to just get Milwaukee former Brewer players. I want stars in here who get the job done. We have a very good right-handed pitcher who I believe can be the ace as soon as next year, and his name is McClain. Just remember that name. McClain. Because we haven't talked about him. But what I've seen of McClain, he's ready to do the job now. He's ready to do it now. He's ready to do it now, and I understand the Mets are being a little cautious with him. Understanding. But this guy has great stuff, spins the ball better than anybody I've ever seen, and throws 97 miles an hour. Now, what do you think of Jonah Tong? I like Jonah Tong. Yeah, he's still, I mean, from what I've seen, he's still kind of developing. But he looks like he's the real thing, but he's young, he's still developing. I think if you were asking me how to rank the Mets starting pitchers that they have, prospects, McClain's number 1, Sprout is number 2, and Tong is number 3. Yeah. Now, Sprout. I forgot. What I like about Tong is his fastball. When he's got it, it's 97, 98, and he's not afraid to throw it. What I would like to see more of from Sprout is more sliders and more curveballs. But he's the youngest of the 3. He's 22 years old. Yeah. I think he has a huge upside. Yeah. I hope the Mets don't have to trade him, but I hope so. They may have to. Yeah. Sprout is right behind McClain. Stuff-wise, pretty close. Maybe a little less spin on the ball than McClain, but he's got a good slider, pretty good fastball, stays in games, and very effective overall for 6-7 innings. I'd like to see those two stay. If Tong has to go in a deal to get a star pitcher, unfortunately, I would say so be it. Yeah. But I'm not trading McClain or Sprout. No way. Neither one of them. And I'm a little scared of, as I told you, about Tariq Skubal. This guy is so good, but I'm scared because, man, if we have to give up 4 or 5 prospects for this guy and he doesn't pitch well, we're going to look like the biggest jackasses in New York. Yes, we do. We have to be very careful. Now, he's going to be a free agent next year. We won't have to give up prospects for him. That's for sure. Then the question is, how much money are we going to pay him? And I think the Mets are one of the few teams that can afford him. Yeah. Other than maybe the Dodgers or the Blue Jays. But I'm very scared. We've got the prospects we can deal to Detroit. The question is, are they going to take them? And then if they do, how do they do with Detroit? Indeed. That's a very scary proposition. Very.
Now, we mentioned the Mets. Is anything coming from the Yankees part? I mean, have they done anything? Haven't heard much from the
The
Yankees
Yankees have been strangely quiet for the moment.
Interesting, yeah.
I mean,
I guess they're waiting till the winter meetings
I
this
think
coming
that's
week.
what they're doing. And I do think one thing I should say about the Yankees, I do believe they're interested in Edwin Diaz.
Oh,
And I remember hearing
Pete
that
Alonso.
the other day.
Yeah, both of them.
Very interested in Edwin Diaz because remember, we have their closer. Now they want ours.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And they can afford him for 5 years. I mean, the Mets may have a little bit more money than the Yankees these days, but I'm telling you, if Brian Cashman wants him, he'll get him.
Oh, yeah. Knowing the Yankees, the thing with the Yankees is, even though Cashman's been there forever, when he seems to want the right player, he seems to want certain players, he seems to get them.
He's very good at getting what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Their bullpen, if they were to get him, would be a lockdown bullpen similar to what the Mets want.
Yeah.
Because they would have Bednar and Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God, would that be a good bullpen
for the Lord,
Yankees.
Yeah.
And I see them possibly getting involved
mm-hmm.
for a couple of reasons. Number one, their 3 starting pitchers in their rotation are not coming back to begin the season.
Mm-hmm.
They have to worry about Garrett Cole coming back from Tommy John surgery.
And he has to come back slowly.
Right. He'll be maybe out for almost half the year.
Again, yeah, wow.
Clark Schmidt is also on the injured list from last year. He'll be back, I'm going to say, maybe early June. And there's another pitcher on their rotation that's hurt. They're missing 3 starters to start the season. I do think the Yankees are going to be involved in getting a starter or 2.
I think so too.
But the question is, which way are they going? I think they want Bellinger back very badly.
Yes.
I think that scares them that they could lose him.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do, they might be going for Kyle Tucker, who is a better hitter than Bellinger.
Uh-huh.
But Kyle Tucker is not the super defensive guy that Bellinger is.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't surprise me if the Yankees said, you know what? We can't get Bellinger back. How about we get Kyle Tucker? That outfield would be unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Stanton, Judge, and Tucker. Oh, my God. How many home runs would that group hit?
Indeed.
You know? And there's been talk that they may trade Jason Dominguez, who I think is a great prospect.
I think so, too.
If the Mets are interested, they should jump on it now. Because I think he's going to be a very good Major League player.
I've seen him. We saw him in May.
Yes.
Subway Series.
Yes, we did. And we were very impressed.
Yeah.
He may not be quite as phenomenal as the scouts said he was, but he definitely has power and speed. That's something a lot of teams want. I think the Yankees are in the weeds right now, but I think this coming week we're going to hear a lot of people that they're interested in.
Okay. On to the Knicks. What do you think of them so far? The Knicks continue to win at home. They beat Charlotte 119-104 Wednesday at Madison Square Garden, but lost in Boston to the Celtics 123-117. And then they host the Orlando Magic at MSG tomorrow afternoon. What do you think?
Well,
I think they've only lost one game at home.
Right.
I
believe the score, and I'm not saying this to correct you, I could be wrong, but I think the score of the Hornets game last night was
119-104 was the Charlotte game.
No, I think it was actually more than that. I believe I saw they obliterated them last night. But here's the thing about the Knicks. They're definitely the best at home.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous about this team for 2 reasons. Number one, they're not a good road team.
Yeah.
I don't know what the record is, but I know it's well under 500. And the other problem I have with the Knicks is, yes, they can beat up on the bad teams very easily.
Yeah.
Are they good enough to beat the Toronto Raptors, the Boston Celtics, teams like this, the Denver Nuggets, the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's going to be tough. I agree.
Now, and we've been hearing rumors.
Actually, they're second in the conference. They're 15-7, second in the conference behind the Detroit Pistons at 18-5.
Ooh. Wow. 18-5. Wow.
Yeah.
That team has come a long, long way.
From 14 wins 2 seasons ago.
That's right.
To 44 wins, the first in the conference.
To be at the top dog in the
Eastern Conference.
How about that, Detroit Pistons fans? Your team is
triple their winning total last season.
Oh, yes.
From 14 to 44 wins.
They play great defense.
Yeah.
And they have Cade Cunningham, who, if the Knicks didn't have Brunson, I would say you got to get him.
Yeah.
He's the most intelligent guard you'll see outside of Brunson in the NBA. But as for the Knicks, they really need a center.
Mm-hmm.
This has been killing them for years. Do I like the Karl Anthony Towns as an offensive player? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
One of the best offensive guards forwards ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll go in the Hall of Fame
as
a guy similar to a Dirk Nowitzki, a Bob McAdoo.
Mm-hmm.
As a guy who is big enough to play the center spot, but is not physical enough to play it.
Centers are so difficult to find.
Very hard to find.
I mean, the last real one of the last ones was Elijah Ewing.
Yeah.
Those are I think the best of the.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think those are the last old time centers.
Right. The ones who really played tough defense and scored. This is a hard position to fill. You're correct.
Yeah.
Even going back to the 70s and 80s, when you think of guys like Alvin Adams, Jack Sikma, great offensive players.
I remember those, yeah.
But were they great defenders? Not so much.
Mm-mm.
And that's where I have a problem with Towns. Towns is an unbelievable offensive player. He will rebound the ball beautifully for you.
Yeah.
He'll get you 20 points a game. He hits the threes. He's got the offensive game down beautifully.
Yeah.
But what he's missing is the tenacity of a good center.
Mm.
Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo's name has come up, and it's coming up more now. And would I love to see the Knicks try to get this guy? I think I'd love to see it even before the season is over.
Yeah.
There are rumors that he wants out of Milwaukee. He wants to come to the Knicks. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm hearing it's starting to come
a lot. Yeah.
And the other rumor I've heard recently was from the Dallas Mavericks. Davis, their center. And he may want out of there. Now, who would I rather have? That's a great question.
Yeah, who would you rather have?
I would rather have, for his offense, Antetokounmpo. But if you ask me about the overall game, I'll take Davis. Because the problem with Davis is he's not healthy consistently.
Yeah, he's always injured.
But when he is healthy, he gives exactly what the Knicks need. He blocks shots, he rebounds, he probably averages 25 points a game. That's the kind of center we have not had in New York since Patrick Ewing. Antetokounmpo, for his size, is a very great forward. And maybe you could say a good center if he plays that role. I will say this, he'd be more athletic than Towns. He'll be more active defending the glass. That's important. He can block shots. All right, he's not Davis. Davis can block every shot, but he's good. He's solid. You know what you're getting with him every night. I will say this, if you add him to Brunson, he'll be a phenomenal scorer because he doesn't have a guard like that in Milwaukee. You let him play with the Knicks with this offense, he would be hellacious. I think even Davis would be hellacious with this offense. But they've got to try to acquire somebody of that caliber.
Right.
They have improved defensively. I would give Mikal Bridges phenomenal credit. This guy has worked his tail off. He is a better defender than he's ever been in his career. I know he gave up 5 players for him, but he's starting to look like he's paying dividends.
Good.
And we have Anunoby just came back. OG Anunoby just came back from an injury. He's definitely going to help our defense more.
Oh, yeah.
And the third guy I'm going to tell you who probably doesn't get enough credit is Miles McBride.
Oh, yeah.
This guard has improved so much since the Knicks first had him. All he could do when we got him was play defense. Now he's one of the most lethal three-point shooters in the game.
Ooh.
He is a phenomenal talent. And if you didn't have Brunson on this team, he'd be starting.
Yes, indeed.
So I think the Knicks are close to getting where they want to be at championship level.
Right.
But they've got to get somebody like that.
They got to figure it. I think number one, they got to figure out how to win on the road.
Yes.
That's the one thing.
That's right.
I mean, they do great at home, but they got to figure out a way to win on the road.
You certainly do.
I mean, yeah, it's never easy to win on the road with the hostile crowds and everything, but good teams usually do halfway, at least halfway decent on
Right.
the road.
I think the Knicks have to shoot for 500 on the road.
Yeah.
And then over 500 on the road. They've got this home situation straightened out beautifully.
Yeah.
But they have got to find ways not to blow leads on the road.
Yeah.
Case in point, that Boston game the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the first quarter. I was very happy with what I saw of them. I think they were 14 points. But Boston is always tough on the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter whether they have Tatum or not.
Mm-hmm.
They killed us the other night.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, Brown, who I really wish the Knicks had him, he is such a good guard. He does everything. He defends. He rebounds. He hits the threes. He's tough as nails.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Knicks could use as another guard.
Yeah.
But he single-handedly took care of the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
They kicked our behinds in the second and third quarter of that game.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Did we play better the fourth quarter? Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
But that team got us right in the middle of the game, and they took care of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be better than they are now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we can't let that happen again.
No.
But the Knicks have to learn how to win consistently on the road.
Yes, indeed.
And that's not going to be easy. You're correct.
Yeah, it's never easy.
Now, would the Knicks possibly trade to get some players who might be able to help us? I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks are about as serious now as they've been in years of winning a title.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say stay tuned. We might get some of these people we need.
Good. For Steve Ferguson, I'm Pedro Hazel Jr. saying thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. The internet address is youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner, all one word. Again, youtube.com/@PedroFergie Sportscorner, all one word. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. That was a pretty good show.